What's good, y'all? It's Ali back in there with another fan mental model video for young American men in which I give you guys mental models you can use to become extremely competent, extremely capable, so we can save the United States of America. So let's get right into it. So today we're talking about knowledge because all of you guys want more wisdom. And in fact, you're watching this video specifically for that. You want to be smarter. You want to be more capable, of course. And why? Because you understand if you have more knowledge, you can do better things. You can perform a lot better. Because if you know things and you're aware of different things, it's like, okay, I can do this and that, and I'm aware of this and that and this and whatever else. So I can do all these different things. I can achieve my goals, become competent and very successful. Because if you don't know anything, like if you literally removed all the knowledge from your head that you have now, you wouldn't be able to do anything. So we're actually limited by what we do and do not know. What is hurting you the most right now is actually what you don't know, not what you do know, but what you don't know. Because if you are aware of certain things that you previously weren't aware of, you realize like, oh shit, if I knew this before, I would have been better off. Hence why people all the time are saying, like, damn, if only I knew what I know now back then. You see what I'm saying? So what that means is we need to constantly be working to become as smart as fucking possible as soon as possible. You should be trying to increase your knowledge as fast as possible. Like, this is not like I'm just slowly learning and reading books or watching certain stuff or listening to certain things. It's like, no, nigga, you're in a rush. Because the more you know, the more you can achieve and do sooner, bro. You're not going to live forever, bro. You know, like you're not. You're going to die soon. Like, life is not really that long. I'm going to be real with you guys. So you need to be increasing your knowledge as soon as possible. But how do you do that? What does it even mean to become more knowledgeable? So let me define it for you guys in the context of you achieving your goals. It's just ask more questions. Very simple, but very powerful, y'all. Because understand something when it comes to asking questions. How do you guys get more knowledge? Like, how do you get more knowledge? If you want to know something, like, what do you do? Well, first, you have to think, like, I want to know this thing. You're doing something or whatever. You're going about through your day, or whatever you're doing. And you think to yourself, like, damn, what does this mean? You know, what does that word mean? You know, how long would it take for me to drive to Mercury or drive to Venus or drive to Mars if I wanted to? How much water is in the ocean? Like, what amount of water is in the ocean right now? Like, you'll just be randomly thinking of stuff. So like, you think you have a question in your mind, right? Or you have this question, and the only way you get more knowledge is by acting on the question that you have. So you ask a question, or you find out. It could be like ask here could mean like you ask the question to somebody you think knows the answer, or you use the technology that our ancestors only wish they could fucking have to get the information you want, bro. We're in the technological age, bro. You have your computer, you have your phone, you have Gronk AI, you have Chat GPT, you have all these different things to get instant information the minute you have a question. So go ask more questions so you can know things. You only know if you ask. So let me tell you something. The most retarded people in America right fucking now ask the least amount of questions. Like, if you want to actually think about a retarded nigga, a retarded ass nigga, he's somebody who just he just be living his life. Like, he's just living his life, never wondering about anything, never asking any questions. Things just kind of happen to him and he's like, okay, cool. And he's just a derp. He's just a derp. He doesn't do anything. Whereas the smartest men in America and on the planet, quite frankly, are asking the most questions. They got millions of questions about the world around them, and they just keep asking. They're searching it up. They're doing research, constantly asking different people who are ahead of them or above them, looking for advice or knowledge from here or there or whatever, because they realize, well, oh shit, if I want to be better at whatever I'm currently doing, for whatever my mission or my purpose is, I need to know about this world that I'm in. I need to know more so I know I can, get that opportunity or do this thing. Because I'm telling you, you've already experienced this, which is super funny. You've already experienced like, damn, if only I knew then what I know now. Like, you've already been experiencing it in your life actively. So the fact that you're not asking more questions, the fact that you're not being insufferable with this shit, asking everybody all the possible questions you could possibly ask, means you don't actually want to become that intelligent. You don't want to become smarter. You don't actually really care about your purpose or your goals or your mission that much, because you're not trying to gather as much fucking information about the world around you as possible to ensure that you achieve your fucking goals, my nigga. So you got to ask more questions, bruh. You should be annoying with this shit. So at least a story from my own past. I remember when I was in like 9th grade in an English class, and I had this teacher, Miss Dibler. Shout out to her. Love her. She actually really motivated me to even become the man that I am right now. So shout out to her. But essentially, I remember I used to ask questions all the time. Like for whatever English work we were doing, I'd just be asking questions. I'm like, oh, what about this? What about this? And what about that? And I wasn't being like an annoying ass nigga, right? I wasn't being annoying with it. I wasn't being like asking dumbass questions like, uh, when does that do? Or nah, I wasn't a retard. Chill out, y'all, because y'all like, oh, you were that annoying ass kid. Where some people were annoyed by my questions, but I was always asking questions like, I was like, oh, what does this mean? What about that? What about this? And she's like, oh wow. So niggas actually used to make fun of me in my English class. They used to be like, nigga, why are you asking that? Why does that matter? Blah, 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 blah. They used to be making fun of me. And I was like, whatever. I just kept asking because I wanted to really know. I was curious. I acted on my curiosity. So, and which led me to ask more questions, right? So then I remember she came to me one day and she said, you know what you're doing? You need to keep doing this. What you're doing is really, really good here. Asking all these questions, hungry to like learn more. This is good. You'll become very successful if you keep behaving this way. And I remember, bro, like that little small conversation, bro, that it was so like life-changing to me. I'm like, yo, huh. So I guess like, cause like I was having my doubts about it because I'd be asking all these questions, but people are like making fun of me for it. They're like, why do you care? So obviously as human beings, we're social creatures. So, and this was in ninth grade. So I'm like, 15 at the time. So I'm like, obviously you're impressionable during this age, you're worried about your social standings or whatever. So like when people were making fun of me for it, I generally thought, oh, maybe I should stop asking questions. So when she came and had this conversation with me and told me, no, this is good. Like you're becoming smarter. Like you're going to become very successful if you keep doing this. I doubled down. And that's how I'm even able to do a lot of these videos and all this stuff today because I need to get smarter. I'm like, this is good. Me asking all these questions, figuring all this shit out. Like this is a good thing. So then I kept doing it ever since then. So I'm going to pass on basically that message that I got from my ninth grade English teacher to y'all. You guys want to be asking more questions, even if it's annoying, even if you look weird or stupid or people make fun of you for it, for my guys that are in high school right now, or even if you're in college, wherever. Just in general, just be a person who's inquisitive. You want to know what's going on. You want to feed your curiosity. And it comes to us all naturally as human beings. But now it should be conscious. You should be consciously making yourself a more curious individual. You should constantly be doing it. You should be like, I need to know what's going on. What about this? What about that? What about this scenario? Whatever. This is not really overthinking. It's more like you just want to know more so you can do more. Think about it like that. It's not like you just want to know, because I know I was giving random examples like, oh, how much water's in the ocean or, driving a car to Mars or whatever. But obviously this needs to be around the goals you're trying to achieve. Like that's what you should be thinking about. You're like, okay, these are the goals I'm trying to achieve. And that's what you're thinking about when you're doing this, of course. But even if you just want general knowledge, that's still good. Get all the knowledge. You should always want to know more. You should never be waking up a day without having gained more information by the end of that day. You should never fucking be doing that. It means you're becoming a retard. You're getting stupider because time's only moving forward. You're only getting dumber. So you don't have time. You actually want to be stacking your knowledge as much as possible. So ask more fucking questions. That's really just the actual step, y'all. Literally ask more questions and don't stop asking. Because what's super funny, and I'll kind of wrap up with this, is that the more questions you ask, the more answers you'll receive, but these answers will lead to more questions. And that's the game. That's the wisdom game. That's the knowledge game. You ask questions, you get a ton of answers. You're like, okay, cool. But then you start thinking more. You're like, well, shit, now I have more questions, and you keep asking more. So that's like almost like the virtuous cycle of seeking wisdom. It's a never-ending game. You never ever don't let anybody ever tell you you know too much. Don't ever believe that. You do not know too much. You are not that wise. Unless you're everywhere at all times doing all things, experiencing all things, you're a retard. Which means pretty much every human being on this planet right now is stupid. We're all dumb. We're all unwise. Only God is wise. Only God has unlimited knowledge. We do not. Right? So you want to keep increasing your knowledge. You want to feed your curiosity. And to do that, you got to ask more questions, man. So yeah, man. So let me know how you guys feel about this My Knowledge video. Do you guys understand? Like, Ali, I completely fucking get it now. I'm going to be asking so many questions now. Nigga, I'm about to be asking questions under this video. And hopefully you fucking answer. I might answer. We'll see what's going on. I'm doing my own research. I'm getting my own knowledge too, nigga. Hold on. But anyway, so if this made a lot of sense, if you're like, okay, I'm going to be out there, I'm going to be asking more questions, feeding my curiosity, becoming a lot more knowledgeable, so I become more capable, so I can become very successful and spread an America only and America first mindset throughout the entirety of America right now so we can save the country, then like the damn video. This is for the young American men. You know, I want more guys to be able to see this shit. And when you like the video, it spreads this shit throughout the social media diaspora so we can grow the army as big as possible. And of course, you gotta follow and subscribe too, because I'm dropping heat like this every single fucking day to make you guys smarter, give you guys these mental models that you need to become a lot more knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you guys to become smarter so we could, you know, save the country, of course. So yeah, and of course too, support the fucking movement, man. I got the Patreon down below. Become a member. Support your boy financially so I can keep cooking as hard as possible. Focus all my time and energy on the movement, of course. So with that being said, I'll catch you boys in the next video. Deuces.